Hi guys, it's April and ISAT Rat is over and guess what? I failed. Woo! So my goal for the Read-A-Thon was to read these 2 books. I did not. Unfortunately. That is not what happened at all. I failed at the failing Read-A-Thon. Kill me. But even though I did not finish those 2 books, I did finish 2 books during the Read-A-Thon. Things just got weird and mixed up, and that is what happened. I did manage to read 10 pages every day and read for 20 minutes every day. This I usually accomplish by some form of break at work. Most of the time it was 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here. And by the time the day was done, I had read the 20 minutes and the 10 pages, of course, naturally came within those 20 minutes. And the first book that I managed to finish within this Read-A-Thon was neither a shortest book or a graphic novel. That was a fail on my part, but it was still a really good book and managed to finish 1 book. And the book I managed to finish was Quiet by Susan Cain. This is a book about being an introvert in a world that just won't stop talking, especially in the United States where extroversion is highly prized. And I really enjoyed reading this book because it validated some feelings that I have within inside of myself. A good chunk of the time examples were being given and I was having, oh yeah, that would, yep, nope, but yeah, yeah, but yep. Yep. It's pretty much what I did throughout this whole book. And if I had a physical copy of the book, you could probably see the extreme markup that was happening as I was going through this book. I just connected to it on so many different levels, and it opened my eyes to some of my tendencies that I usually gravitate towards, and maybe how I can start inserting myself in certain situations. I have always been a self-proclaimed introvert, and guess what? It does apply. I'm not crazy. It is a thing. And it also made me feel like a lot of what I'm feeling isn't odd in any way. It doesn't make me less of a human being, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It's just one of those books that I really enjoyed reading and I connected to a lot. And then I finished The Gifted by Terry Blackstock. This was the shortest book I decided to read, even though it's not the shortest book on my shelf. I listened to all of you guys and did not read 1.5 of the Reckoner series. Honestly, I probably wasn't going to, but it was one of those things where I felt like the rule says. Sometimes you gotta break the rules. So I read this book. It is a story about 3 people who survive an earthquake and are left with some of these spiritual gifts. These spiritual gifts lead them to people in need, and then they help them from there. It was a cute little read, however, it didn't feel very deep at all. A lot of the characters were very flat and cardboard and generic, and the instances that they got thrown into was the stereotypical evangelical let's save your soul kind of instances, and everything happened so conveniently and so quickly, and there wasn't any real struggle. It didn't feel real in any way. I get the message that it was trying to say, I just felt like it could have been better done. And the last book that I was reading during this Read-A-Thon that I was hoping to get finished was The Thrilling Adventures of Lovelace and Babbage. I am absolutely loving this graphic novel. It is a big one, which is probably where I failed at picking a graphic novel. It's over 300 pages, but I absolutely adore it. I had actually started this in digital format from the library, and I was loving it so much that I decided that who needs to be an adult? I'll spend money on buying this book. And so I bought this book about halfway through. It is essentially just some random nonsense of adventures of Lovelace and Babbage, but in a pocket universe in which Babbage's inventions actually came to fruition and Lovelace didn't die young. And so there's all kinds of historical references peppered throughout this book. It is littered with endnotes that just explain things, and there's just something in me that just really, really loves all of the little geeky references that go on in this book. I have plans to finish reading this book and probably doing a review on it because I need to get this out into this world. People need to know about it. I love it. It's just something that people need to see. Okay, I'm done with my fangirling moment. So that is how my ISAT Rat went. It wasn't necessarily a success. It wasn't a huge epic fail. It was a thing that happened and I had fun doing it. Sadly, I wasn't able to be involved in a lot of the Twitter activity I really wanted to be, but this week it clobbered me. It clobbered me good. But I did have fun. Tell me down below if you participated in ISAT Rat, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.